The last showcase item, the new DLC, coming only 2 months or so late, are the Scarecrow Sickles. Work basically in the same way as the attack from the boss that they get their name from. Kind of follow you around, dealing increasing amounts of damage as they hit enemies until they finally get back to the main character. Sometimes just deciding to stay out indefinitely anyway, but never at a point in time where I actually want them to do that. It's a very interesting type of weapon. I've had people describe it as sort of a janky version of the lacerating aura, where it's like you gotta get really close to enemies, but then you also have to focus on dodging around the sickles to really maximize their DPS. And as I did find out prior to doing the stream, you can just dodge roll to make sure that you don't accidentally catch it when you don't want to, but that does also mean that now you do need to try and mix using your dodge roll for, well, dodging, but then also trying to get it to work with the weapon itself. Sort of like how you would do with the rapier, for example, or trying to work with any one of the backpack mutations. It's like you want to be able to use it for attacking and defending, and that's not always the easiest of things. Certainly, I think the number one thing I'm going to run into with the sickle here is attempting to, keep them out for too long, and then just getting hit over and over because my dodge is on cooldown. So this might be one of those runs where I really want to focus a little bit more on survival, going through routes where I have some food shops, everything like that, rather than purely on DPS or even just trying to go to some places that I haven't done for a little while. For example, in the last stream, trying to go into the sewers and having that be just awful. Let me tell you, the toxic miasmas do not work very well with this weapon, what with their whole, explosion when you get near them. Now, the other thing, of course, is that I don't really think there's too much when it comes to strategy when I'm using this, which is kind of, aside from getting on a pretty flat surface so that I can kind of just dodge back and forth rather than, focusing on going around in a circle, which is a little bit more difficult to do than, left, right until whatever I happen to be fighting is dead. It's just like there's also the whole worry that I'm not really going to be getting too much DPS out of these weapons. Gimmicky, which is fun. I do like that. But as you remember with Serenade, the big issue that eventually came up was that it's like, why use the Serenade when you can just use a regular old weapon that will do just as much, if not more, DPS, and then you can just forego all of the weird gimmickry that happens to be going on here. And I do think that as much as I like the idea behind this one, there's a good chance that the same thing is going to happen here. Unless I can just stand still and continuously over and over dodge these things as what seems to keep happening, like I said, when it doesn't actually matter. I don't know. Yeah, the increasing damage makes me think more about the Death Orb. And I mean, the Death Orb certainly, it works similar, but, this technically could be kept out for even longer, getting even more DPS. It's just the dance you have to do makes it that somewhat difficult. I'm hoping that the DPS is going to turn out to be absolutely stellar to really justify the weird mechanics, but I don't know. It's like, am I sure that I really want this over like a Crusher, for example, which all I got to do is set that on the ground. It slows enemies, deals a lot of damage. Infinitely easier to use. Also, man, I am so glad to see that. Oh, well, I am really just gonna, like I said, try and get some sort of survival, go a route that gives me a lot of extra health so that when my dodging around fails me and I do happen to get hit, all is not lost, and not go into the sewers. We're not gonna go into the sewers. The sewers are just gonna lead to my death. A lot of like horizontal areas. It's so easy to just back and forth, and you don't even gotta worry about like the really tricky dodging in that way. Stuff like hitting up the Sepulchre and the like. Arboretum, I think could be justified. Same thing with the Promenade, but we've seen the Promenade a whole lot lately. do something at least slightly more interesting. I don't know. If anybody has any hot tips they want to give me, you know what? Instead of taking gastronomy, which was the original plan, let's just go with necromancy, because that's very consistent healing at the very least. But yeah, if anybody has any hot tips for using this weapon, it's like, aside from you can dodge roll through it to avoid picking them back up, it's like, I got nothing. What is this outfit? Oh, I think it's the homunculus one that you get from the DLC. I don't know if I've ever actually used it before. Yeah, one of the things I still do really like about the custom mode now is that you can switch back and forth between the outfits in every single area. Makes it much easier to choose, like, well, to have something new on every single run than having to use the same timekeeper outfit, which I always seem to random into, I swear, every single time I choose a random outfit, at least prior to this point. It was a common look for the main character of Dead Cells for whatever reason. Bam, bam. It's not bad, and I do think that, yeah, just like the whole dodge right around in here, pretty easy to like get around elites and everything, while also making sure that like I'm not moving too far to sort of unbalance the Sickles by having the roll stopped against the wall. And again, this is what I'm looking for, but it never happens when I want it to. Never when enemies are actually around for it to work. It's like, there's certainly something to be said about this. I like it as a very skill-based weapon. It kind of falls into the same sort of category as the old versions of, say, it's like the old versions of the Valmont's Whip or something like that. Similarly, Nerves of Steel, where it just depends on how well you can play as to how effective the weapon could potentially be over the course of a run. And I'm hoping that the damage is really gonna, like I said, justify the sort of wacky stuff that you gotta do to make this work. But I mean, as you know, it's like even with like a 4 times damage modifier back in the day with the Valmont's Whip, more often than not, I did not like using it. It was just too hard to actually get that critical. These days it's a lot better, but I mean, same thing with Nerves of Steel, where it's like, good damage, not enough ammo. As soon as they changed that up, it just became, fortunately, kind of unusable in my eyes. Here, it's like all I gotta do is worry about accidentally catching this in the wrong time and having to wait like 10 seconds for it to be on cooldown, or be off cooldown. But if I can play it well, that's not going to be a big deal after all. Could also go double freeze shields for this run if I want to fully meme it up. I don't know. Can we get some gambling going on? I mean, do you really got to ask me about that? I feel like you guys are going to do that anyway. I swear, this is how are we all missing each other this much? Ridiculous. I mean, certainly I am definitely going to throw this in the backpack. If I'm already going to be like rolling around an awful lot just trying to use this weapon, I might as well go for like the armadillo pack and everything. Yeah, free shield in the backpack. That is exactly what I was just that's exactly what I was just thinking. And I saw the comment there. Like, nope. Got the same strategy here. There we go. It's not easy, but I do think that like weapons that really require some okay, come on now. This is what I was talking about with taking the necromancy. At least now I can be assured that I'll get back up to 50% health. Provided I don't completely wang this whole sequence. You good? Nah, could be better. Anyway, let's go get that damn thing already. I do like weapons that require some skill and weirdness to use. I mean, even the weapon that I am currently using right now, the Rhythm and Bazooki, it's just like does require some good timing to get the critical out with this thing. It's honestly one of my favorite survival weapons just because it's like you can get some amazing damage out of this thing, huge range, and all you gotta do is make sure that you keep that rhythm up. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not super good at it, but I can at least do it well enough to not die. Take out enemies before they're dealing too much damage to me. Try and get ice shards to slow the enemies also wouldn't be a bad idea. Anything that's going to make dodging easier, I think, is probably a good idea. Not even just like ice shards, but of course I was talking about Crusher earlier. Would help a lot. Ice grenade, potentially. Ice armor, but ice armor doesn't really provide too much in terms of offense, and I do want to make sure that it's like I'm not just going to go fully defensive and rely entirely on the Sickles for damage, because I feel like that would be a mistake. It still has like a 10-second cooldown, which is it's not the worst. Decently hefty in the World of Dead Cells, though. It's like I don't know if it's enough that I would want to. Oh, okay. Enough to get me nice and hit by the runner there. Good stuff. Come on. There we go. I hate the combos that these enemies are throwing out here. And then, of course, oh my god, just run at me. The fact that you have to stop to get the electric stuff out is so frustrating. Although ice crossbow, it's like, yeah, this could also be the sort of thing that I'm looking for right now. Certainly, I'm doing a survival run, but I don't need to have both hands free and all that. So, you know, slow down, focus on just like outranging enemies rather than just focusing on outranging enemies rather than just trying to dodge around them. There's a justification to be made here. We'll see. I need both hands free to operate my sickles. Like, I don't know if you tried to operate a sickle before. I certainly haven't, because sickles as well as scythes seem like the sort of thing that would be very tedious and difficult to use in actual practice, right? Hey, any farmers in chat can tell me how they use, you know, if you don't like using threshers, tell me how. This is all too very, very specific. Explosive crossbow could also be fun. Still get like the melee and everything. Although, it could also always go sickles and scythes, man. I don't know. Effective against every type of weaponry as, yeah. As the, well, what's the game I'm trying to reference here? Whatever. I can't remember now. It was one of the Department Heaven games. Gilcasa used sides, which was the worst. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Whatever. I do own a farming scythe, a genuine farming one. How easy is it to mow with that? I gotta know. And that's not a sickle, you're saying. It is a proper scythe. Like, it strikes me as a type of implement. Scuffed commentary. Whatever. Look, I'll remember the game eventually. I was planning to, at one point in time, actually, that's good to see. I'm probably going to end up using it before I get back to 50% health, unfortunately. Just make sure that I don't die. Yep. I mean, scuffed commentary. Look, after we get past the first couple minutes of the basic explanation of stuff, we don't need to reset past that point. That's what I say. Good and good. Thank you for... I mean, I do also just, more than anything else, maybe just like having the basic piercing of this weapon has been very helpful. Certainly the sides can pierce, or the sickles can pierce, but that's not quite the same thing. It cuts well because of how the physics on a circle work. Really? I did not know that. I did not know that. I mean, I guess, you know, yeah, why else would you make it in that shape? But I guess I never really thought about, like, what the actual physics, like how the math would work related to that. Well, you know, there's got to be a reason for it. It's not like for piercing through. Be a little bit careful. Oh, that wasn't enough to kill him? Well, that was. Yeah. And I will take an upgrade, as always. I don't want to make the mistake of just completely ignoring getting an upgrade for the weapon du jour and then be using the same basic one at the end of the run. So, you know. Well, that was 2, but not every one of the enemies that I wanted to hit. There's nothing else here, right? I could go try and sell stuff in each one of the, like, treasure chest areas, but I think right now I'm just going to go, I don't know, take alienation and get on with this here. Centrifugal force, or centripetal force. Okay. Scythe is not that hard if it's sharp enough. Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose so. But it's like, yeah, what you do is you... Yeah, I'm imagining it right now. I guess the idea would be that just like cutting grass especially is just... I don't know if you've ever done a whole lot of gardening work in your life. My mom has a garden and has had a garden for many, many years, and I was usually the one to actually do a lot of stuff with it. So just like, I don't know. I just think about the long hours of working on that and how that would kind of translate into like scythe or sickle stuff. Bam, and thankfully got to get out of there. Hey, thank you, Snozy13. Welcome to this kind of weird, but so far okay Dead Cells run. I don't hate it. I think it's working out okay, all things considered. Now, we'll see how that happens. Good hit. See how that happens in the future, though. Because it requires but a single... Okay. It requires but a single hit right now to die. And I probably will. Come on, hit him. How are you not hitting him? I swear to God, you guys. Yep. This is some weird nonsense. It's working out, though. Hey. Here, how of this, then? Okay. Man. I tell you. This is, speaking of, like, scuffed episodes, that's certainly a scuffed beginning to this, but it's, otherwise... Wow, that could have been another... and another unfortunate end to a run due to invisible enemies there, like last time, as you know. There we are. 2 left. Come on, I can just wait for enemies to spawn here at this rate, but it's just like, oh boy. Fell asleep last night while watching your stream. Did you have successful episode creation? No, died due to... God, it was just like bad gameplay in the ramparts, right? That was kind of where it ended. So instead what we're doing is we're doing the old part 2. Second verse, same as the first. Except this time I'm not going into the... Hey, come on. I'm not going into the sewers. Yeah, the toxic miasma. They have like the explosion they do when you're really close to them. And that is very good counter when you need to stick close to enemies with the sickles to make them work. And that was where I went wrong. Still, I think otherwise it was a sound idea. It just, you know, the corrupted prisons once again rearing their ugly head. Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Surprisingly little electricity that's probably going to appear in this episode, considering that it's just like, I don't think... There aren't... there's the Thunder Shield. Now, I was going to say... There aren't any actual electric survival weapons, but there is the Thunder Shield if I do happen to get that. Like, yeah, for whatever reason, doesn't actually appear... Yeah! It doesn't actually appear super often in this particular build style. Couldn't tell you why. Yeah, I don't know if the tornado is the best, but it will at least prevent me from taking too much damage due to projectiles right now. Ugh. I don't like that guy at all, speaking of which. Yep. Almost missed you, baby. Yeah, not the easiest thing, but like, as you can see, if you can get the rhythm down, the damage seems solid. It's just, once again, the Serenade issue of getting the rhythm down, I do think is often just like more effort than it's worth. Rather just take a crusher, rather just take the old powerful grenade. As always, just like, it really does have to be something of an exceptional weapon. Very nice. To justify this sort of wacky nonsense you got to do to make it work. That's frustrating. In fact, at this point in time, I think I am just going to have to potion charge, which, considering the amount of malaise and the issues that have been coming up because of that, probably not the worst idea. Also got to go get the Armadillo pack already. The requirement of needing a lot more health right now made that kind of impossible at time, but, you know. Yep. All right. Legendary electric whip? Well, of course it would. I mean, to be honest, I would probably not actually take that if I was offered it, just because it's like I do think that would be kind of cheesy just straight up to take on like a survival run. Especially a survival run where I've been focusing an awful lot on the actual survival portion of it. It's like there's that old sort of thing where it's just like, you know, I want to make sure, especially that like I'm not reusing stuff, using the same weapons over and over too much. We've seen plenty of the electric whip lately. We all know how good it is and all that. Okay. Don't want it to overstay its welcome. Get motion twin suspicious. And they're just like, hey, wait a second. You gotta make this less effective. Have them rush into the studios to try and nerf it as soon as possible. Okay. Good, and not quite enough to take him out, though. That's frustrating. Because I thought, like, dragging the Sickles through him 3 times would have been enough there. No such luck. All right. You telling me you don't like cheese? I absolutely do. And look, I have been a big proponent, I would like to say, of just straight up being like, hey, here's all the most overpowered stuff. I sure hope they don't change it. Because I like things being overpowered more than underpowered. But I just think that for the sake... I mean, you know, ostensibly these are, at the end of the day, supposed to be, like, showcase runs. I feel like I just don't want to do the same thing over and over. Because otherwise, then they're just kind of like, you know, optimal building to win the game. Less interesting than forcing yourself to use a whole bunch of different wacky things in order to kind of like show the game off on it to its best extent. Yeah, I saw that. Almost there. Good morning. It's the final of the new DLC weapons today. Scarecrow Sickles. I mean, once again, it's one of those items I like the idea. I don't know, though. I don't know. Of course, this is always, as in at least the latest versions of the game, the hardest part of the game. Trying to get through these, like, areas where you don't quite have the DPS to kind of trivially take care of stuff, but you also don't have, like, the perfect build to deal with things in the way that you want to. There's a good chance that a little bit later on that this thing could really start to shine. We'll see. Which basically is my catchphrase, I always notice. It's just like, oh, let's just see. Let's see how this shakes out. Whatever. Because I'm not really willing to pass judgment just yet. Here we are. And done. Now then, where are we going? Ossuary, I guess. I do need that food shop right now. As much as I wanted to go at least slightly interesting areas, it just ain't happening. Like the Mushroom Boy in the Serenade run. Well, hey, we're not at that point yet. I mean, Mushroom Boy, like Serenade, even after it got glitched out and became super powerful, still kind of unimpressive. That was the problem with that run. I mean, you know it, you saw it. Nobody can deny that. Like, yes, the Mushroom Boy was. Look, I had a finished showcase run. I feel like it's been a little while since the newer version of Malaise came out, made it a lot trickier to try and get successful runs, especially if you are purposely not using all the most powerful of... Okay, that was interesting. All the most powerful of things. I'm glad to see my iframes were working there because... Or, well, whatever happened, I might have just outranged the runner there, but, like... Pretty sure you can go roll that footage back and see that I was definitely getting impaled by the blade there. Whatever. As always, what am I going to complain? Motion Twin, please kill me. Please instantly kill my character right now using the backdoor entry you have into the game. Because clearly I was supposed to have died. There we are. Yeah, let's not deal with that guy. Just for my own sakes. I actually managed to get the parry there and everything. Hey, that was a good combo. It's like, this is certainly a very cool weapon when you get it going. But God, is it still quite difficult to actually get to that point in the first place. It's like you can really... The piercing, the way it stays out indefinitely, it's just... The dodging game really has to be on point. It's still kind of a cool thing, the idea that it's like the dodging is about maximizing your damage rather than avoiding getting hit. It's like, you know, that's always such a common thing in like any sort of video game. That it's like to try and make it so that it's just like the bonus here is to maximize your DPS. It has nothing to do with like not dying. It's like it certainly does take the pressure off to a certain extent. Yoink. There we go. Full health, baby. Only took the entire run. I'll just shoot it with a million arrows. Whatever. Jeez. Now this... Yeah. I'm getting a little bit too spicy trying to go for... It's like there was no way. There was no way that I was going to... That's more what I was planning to do. There's no way that I was going to, just with one hit, kill those shockers there. Regardless of how much I wanted to. It's like, I'm starting to turn around a little bit on the weapon. I feel like at this point in time, they really are starting to... electrified... Frozen? It's like, I don't know. I feel like that I have more of a chance of getting fire here. And those... Any sort of fire. Yeah, you know, I'm looking at it right now. These Sickles really gonna shine when I get any form of fire. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but if it can happen, that'd be good. Kujal. Nah. On the other hand, let's get door advantage here and... Oh, I already got both the Sickles back. Ah, well... That's what happens when you mess up the combo. Also having a really hard time freezing stuff right now, but it's not too bad. Toxic, poison enemies wound you. None of these are, like, amazing. I think I can just keep what I got right now. Oh boy, oh boy. Managed to end 2 of the streams? Wait, how do you manage to end any streams? Were you the one that had me killed in the... Ramparts? I don't know how you did it. But I mean, you know, unless you want, you know, as in an effort to... Okay, freezing there was probably a good idea. Same thing there. Wow, that was some clutch plays. Okay, cool. Okay. Making this work, baby. Okay, well, unfortunately, not quite enough to take out that elite, but I didn't die, so we'll count that as a success, is what usually happens when those guys become elites. Nothing down here. Where the thing I'm worried about more than anything else, of course, is, as always, the curse chest, especially now, you know, I am taking alienation. Gonna be something of a problem. Well, hey, if I get some sort of fire synergy from colorless weapon, it wouldn't be terrible. Nope. Also managed to cancel the old turning into an elite. The old turning into an elite trick. A favorite of the enemies in Dead Cells, of the horrible zombies that I happen to find myself fighting all the time. Yep. Yep. Malaise elites have more health than the regular ones. I think they have the same health as regular elites, but, you know, they also get an increased amount of health as enemies become malaised up. As you get more malaised up, enemies get more health, and that includes elites. So I don't really think that it's so much like any sort of true difference. It's just kind of how the game is working right now. Because I hate it? Yeah. Would you show face for more subs? I already told you, 100,000 on YouTube, or 1,000 on Twitch. That's the face reveal goal, baby. It will be for no less. Could actually just go. Well, here, do we have anything that does fire? I don't even know what I'd be looking for. It's Thunder Shield, like I was talking about, but nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. And unfortunately, now I gotta go, because I want to go get the curse chest. I'm scared, though. Can't go get the potion charge, I think. Probably got enough money for that. Oh, boy. Thankfully, it seemed... Okay, I don't know how that happened, but apparently I was out of range of that shocker somehow. For reasons that I cannot quite explain myself. Yeah? All right, 1,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch. No. No, I'm too embarrassed, Doshio. All right, come on, let's see if I can't nail this. Okay, well, there's the fire that I was looking for, certainly. All right. I do think, yeah, I'm gonna try and work with this. This, I think, is oh yeah, of course, we already got the face reveal. How could I forget? Who all do you host? Wolfrain? Yeah, Wolfrain was the first guy to give me a raid, so I've always got a soft spot for that dude. That was back in like 2018 or so. So yeah, Wolfrain always there. Go follow that dude. But then I also host both Retromation and Raps because, you know, there's always. I guess I couldn't hardly say that it's just like, you know, friends on YouTube, but because I have no friends and I'm very reclusive. But, you know, I'm always willing to give those dudes shout outs because I do watch quite a bit of their stuff. Been actually catching up with the some of the Isaac stuff lately because, as you know, I am deep down that rabbit hole. Been fun to see other people also struggling with some of the insanity that game has been inflicting. Okay. Now then, we can do the face reveal, announce it early so I can't miss it. I don't know. I mean, you already got that face there. Like, what more could you possibly want? How much more real could a face reveal become than that? Understand. I didn't get the oil on there. Well, I'm more committed to not dying right now than, yeah, not dying due to curses. You can also go cosplay. Okay, so here's a look into my psyche. I consider that it's like if I was ever actually going to do some sort of face reveal, which at this rate doesn't look like, but it's like if I was ever going to actually do some sort of face reveal, the plan would be to dress up as like a literal clown. I'm talking like with the big rainbow wig and, okay, Talking like with a big rainbow wig, like the polka dot uniform, red nose, and then never show my face again past that point. And then basically every single time that you were looking for any sort of official image of myself, it would be me dressed as like an actual bozo clown. And it's like that would, if I ever got on like Wikipedia or something, that would be the official picture that you have to use because no other pictures exist. That's what I want. It's just like if I'm like getting an award for, I don't know, Nobel Peace Prize or something, that's the picture you have to use. And I would, of course, accept the award also in the same full clown makeup. Ooh, there we go. Nice. You're selling yourself short. I mean, you're right. I mean, I might not just be... I might also be, like, accepting a Grammy for my, of course, distinguished musical career, as well as, like, I don't know, a MacArthur Genius Grant at the same time, too. Oh, man, I came in here when I have 59 kills. Oh, no. That was a bad idea on my part. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Ah, and it's gone. I'm sorry, everybody. I failed you once again. Oh, yeah, my beat. I could have won a big trophy for my beatboxing abilities. Yeah, I wasn't looking at the kill count. I didn't think I was that close, to be honest. Oh, man, you ain't getting a Genius Grant. Hey, come on. You don't have to be you don't have to, what sort of genius do you have to be to pay attention to how much sure, whoa, boy, dude. Holy Christ, how many elites are coming up as well right now? Oh, and unfortunately, this is the area that I would need to go to get into the food shop again. Ah, what a horrible confluence of events. But I should be able to deal with this nonetheless. Oh, yeah, and that's one with, like, the bad stuff, too. Well, that could have been bad considering the amount of health that I have right now, but I'm actually totally okay. Anyway, give me both of those and let's try not to die anymore. See, it's unlikely that I would have gotten the 60 kills regardless. Oh, chug, chug, chug. Yeah, I mean, it's like for my cover of Chug Jug with you, I would obviously be also getting a Tony in Fortnite the Musical. That's right, they cast me as Fortnite Johnson, the main character of Fortnite. I would be cast as the Fortnite. That's right, it's me, the Fortnite. Hey kids. Have you chug-jugged today? And I, of course, would be given the signature number. Yeah, that's about all I'm going to be doing here. Fortnite sounds like a character in Shovel Knight. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like Shield Knight, right? No. I mean, actually, no, it's more like Tinker Knight. Yeah, I would call that closer to Tinker Knight. Anyway. Hey, if it was a drug, it would be called Drug Jug. So, think about that. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. All right, what am I doing here? I was considering taking something else, but I don't know what. Obviously, Armadillo Pack's still going to be a thing. Like, Gastronomy I still think would be a good idea. How about just Berserker? I'm killing a lot of enemies, after all, especially if I'm just dragging the Sickles through them, so... Sure. Also, you know, maybe just do that real quick. I just got a feeling. We talking a 2-hour opera? No. It's going to be like the Ring Cycle. It's going to take a full day to watch the entirety of... because, you see, Fortnite the Musical is going to have 100 actors as a part of it. And they will all kill each other over the course of roughly 36 hours. Look, trust me, I have this all planned out right now. Now then. I mean, of course, it's like you will also have to follow the production as it is. Oh, come on. That was too... Ah, dang. You also have to follow the production as it's going on because there will be the storm that not only eventually overtakes the theater, but also, like, the entire surrounding countryside. It'll be represented by just a bunch of fog machines, but you get it, though, right? Yeah, you get it. We all get it. It's a good bit. Really got to go replace the tornado. It's not that effective, let's be honest. Also got to stop getting hit just in general, too. Boy, howdy, would it be embarrassing to die to the incomplete one. Concierge. The incomplete concierge. All right. Okay, well, didn't work out in the way that I wanted to. Everybody. I suppose it is good for getting oil on enemies using the tornado, but, you know, can't really say that it's just like that's all that important as of right now. Ah! Getting close to enemies is not really doing me any favors either. Yeah. It's like if I could have kept the combo up, it would have been fine. But yeah, I think that just like the other thing is probably want to stop trying to go for really cutesy stuff and just actually fight the damn guy already. Nope, I'm going right back doing cutesy stuff again. Sorry. Ah, dang it, and I screwed it up anyway. Now then. Why did I try to roll through? Oh, man, this is going horribly. It's been a while since I've had a concierge fight this bad. Well, it's done now. Is that a legendary pyrotechnics? It sure is. It really do be. Which is why I'm using it right now, of course. Pyrotechnics is still a pretty good item. It's just, you know, I could, you know, use other items right now, too, as well. Oh, boy. So bad it hurts to watch. It's literally unwatchable, I think is what you wanted to say. Right? Wait, is this that's not a legendary, it's just colorless. Okay, actually, yeah. The legendary was the ice shield that I got, as well as tornado. No, tornado's also not legendary. It's just the ice shield. Okay, well, I forgot what was what. It is colorless. Let's just say that right now. Okay, well, needless to say, I do need to go to a place with an actual food shop, so let's head into the Stealth Village, I guess. Ah. All right. You can roll through the damage aura. Yeah, they changed that up specifically because, you know, the original version of the reworked Malaise had enemies moving faster, which could have potentially put you in a position where you would be completely unable to dodge around that otherwise. They did take out the increased speed, so I guess it might go back to being a little bit larger now, but that was the original reason why. It was, it would have been pretty wacky if it was still as large as it was before. When the concierge had the ability to start sauntering towards you at terrifying speeds. All right. Now, anyway, back to Fortnite the musical. How many other like, I gotta say, it's like, how many other actual Fortnite parody songs are there? I know, of course, it's a very, very popular thing for like Minecraft. I've learned a lot about how important diamonds are in that game. But is that a super common thing for Fortnite as well? Or is it really just like, you know, one or two here and there? Because, I mean, of course, it's like we're going to have this epic of a tale when it comes to telling the story of Fortnite Battle Royale. Do need to have at least more than one yeah, actual show-stopping song. Eye of the Spider is such a classic. Yeah, but wait, does that one have anything to do with mining diamonds? Because those are the only Minecraft songs I know. Okay. Those kids love their diamonds. I look forward to it, and I also eventually play Minecraft to figuring out why diamonds are so cool. Okay, what else we got going on here? Probably going to end up just going immediately for... Well, let's see what we got here, because I could also really use a shield. Oh. Kids who play Minecraft or who play Fortnite aren't old enough to create good parodies yet. What do you mean? That parody of American Boy is great. Don't you all love Chug Jug? After all, I have been referencing it like every single stream I've done for like the past 7 streams now. Okay. Let's just not even. Yeah. Okay. And not quite enough to kill him. Damn it. I do think that it's like, yeah, I'm kind of running into the issue of not quite enough damage off of these things to, again, like justify the sort of wacky stuff you got to use with them. I was hoping that it was going to get a little bit better later, but especially with the hecticness of 5-cell mode, it's not quite working out in the way that I wanted to. Heard a guy do it with a goofy voice. The guy is like 5 years old that made it. That's not a goofy voice. That's what a child sounds like. Like, come on, don't be insulting because he's like 5 years old. We were all 5 years old and making cringe song parodies at one point in time. It's just, you know, I wasn't doing it about video games. I was making fun of Alanis Morissette songs. I mean, I'm not that old. What are you talking about? I'm only 17 forever. Like everybody on the internet. Okay. Come, don't die. Okay. Man. That was scary. I saw my life flash before my life. What? No, my eyes. And also I don't have eyes or a life. Oh no, I'm undead and also have no head. I'm unhead. Now then. Ugh. Nyanner's cover was the best Chug Chug. Yeah, I was in that stream. As you know. Okay. Now then. There we go. Much better already. And yes, also already a better necklace too. God, I hope I can only find the food shop soon. Isn't this a mature stream? Hey, I pay taxes. I have a full-time job. I own my own car. Like, I am a mature and responsible adult, regardless of what you might think of me. And the courts will back me up on that. What's your favorite Hatsune Miku? I haven't really watched too much of Miku. I'm gonna be honest. It's like, so I guess like my favorite one would be the Domino's commercial. I don't know if that really counts though. All right, let's throw the ice shield back in the backpack. I like having that as like the emergency thing and a little bit more damage, you know, for just outright attacking right now. Okay, what's the theme right now? We're doing the Scarecrow Sickles. It's like they're fun, and when you can really get them to work, they're pretty cool. But I want to say that once again, it's like, yeah, it was what I feared. Probably not. The practicality of them, though, is kind of in question. They're somewhat difficult to use. It's like, it's somewhat difficult to use, and in the fray of things, they're not the easiest thing to, like, really, you know, use to their maximum effect. Can go through the walls, though. That is something of a unique thing, after all. You don't get... It's not often that you get a weapon that can actually hit enemies through walls like that. Which makes them useful for taking out stuff like bats, but that doesn't make the biggest difference. You know. Fake Miku fan? Yeah, it's true. I'm only a fan of fake Miku. In other words, one of the other many, many Vocalides that nobody knows the name of. Well, I guess if I'm gonna be doing anything, I should be fighting the Scarecrow right now because, you know, this is their weapon. So I guess we're going to the Sepulchre. And just you know, strap yourself in for that. My achievement is bugged for Serenade Sword. Any help solving the problem? I honestly couldn't tell you. Could not tell you anything related to bugged achievements. I mean, to be honest, it's just like usually when achievements get announced, when they get unlocked, I just kind of get them immediately, and you know, it's just like that. So I don't really know exactly how a lot of that sort of stuff might be working or not working, as the case may be. Is your favorite VTuber? Yanners. We share the same 4chan circa 2007 to like 2013 references. Into the Undying Shores. I mean, to be honest, I watch a lot of VTubers, though. Really, and it's like I said, for whatever reason in 2020, a lot of people who I was already following at that point in time just suddenly turned into VTubers. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm into this now. I didn't even have to fall down the rabbit hole. I already found myself in there. They built the hole around me. For God's sake. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't like a lot of this sort of stuff that's going on, though. I'm very afraid of how the rest of this area might be going. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's how they get you. YouTube, very happy about telling you everything about VTubers, let me tell you. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I am happy to see, but yeah, like I said, it's just like a lot of people that I was already following were getting into the VTubing game, and it's just like, yeah, well, here we are. Okay. Even whether I realize it or not, Gura. Took watching a couple of those streams to figure out, hey, wait a second, I know who this is. Right, and done. Oh, man. Plus, best place for that outfit to appear? I don't know, I think the Shattered Shrines, of course, would be the best place, but the Cultist is definitely still very much welcome in here as well. Ah. Now then. 68%. I'm going to wait. I mean, I still have Necromancy, of course, so I don't really need to start using my emergency heal as of just yet, but God knows that's like, worst comes to worst, I am definitely going to be using that before the end of the level right now. It's just the best place for food to drop into the abyss. I mean, we all saw my emphatic no when the cheese did that the one time. God. It's like I make a lot of dumb noises on, no, unfortunately not one that I can use. Gotta be, threw away my shield. Okay. Yeah, I knew it. I knew I was gonna get to the point where it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna be below 50% health here. I thought that was legendary for a second. No such luck. Oh, and there's where I start getting really hit by stuff. Bad running with the old Rampager. There we go. Necromancy was broken and healed like 5%. I mean, it also, you know, healed you up to full. It was something that, you know, it was the thing to take. Regardless of what else you were doing. In a survival run, you would take Necromancy. No question. Because it was that good. These days, it's just like, I think that if you think you're going to be getting hit a lot, it's probably a good idea. Especially now that, you know, you don't have the issues with, the issues that, that come up with, melees being on hit anymore. Just like anything that gives you a little bit of regen is going to be very welcome, very useful to have. Hit. No, you don't. You can still go right through that wall there, baby. Ah. Survival run or just to run it all. It's true. It's like if you had enough, like killing potential, if you could kill enemies really well without getting hit without, you know, like worrying about getting hit too much, it's like, yeah, why not just throw survival in there? It's like it heals. It do heal. Heal good. Of course, the major problem would come in with major problem would come in, of course, with the melees then, but you know, up until that point, you can still weather a hit and then mostly recover from it if you're doing like a tactics run. It's good stuff. These days, not nearly as good. Might be for the best. It was quite powerful. Yeesh. But at the same time, it's like I've also, like I've said, been one to never turn up my nose at something that's very powerful. Only in the case of doing showcase runs, and that's because, you know, I want to get the full gamut of different weapons here. I don't want to keep defaulting back to the same thing over and over. Even if sometimes I do end up doing that with Mushroom Boy, with Magic Missile, even Pyrotechnics. It's not quite as poggy-woggy as it was back in the day, but still a damn good weapon nonetheless. As evidenced right now. Does what doesn't kill me work with Armadillo Pack? Yes, it does. But only if you are using Armadillo Pack on melee hits. And you gotta be in a good position to be getting hit with Armadillo Pack hits in melee range. It's like more often you're going for more of the, of course, like ranged bombs or projectiles with the Armadillo Pack. That's not to say that it doesn't happen, though. I still want to say that it's like you're probably better off taking like Necromancy, Gastronomy, rather than relying on heals from that. You don't get it quite as much as you might think you would. All right, then. Back up to 50% health. Got a 50% heal. Still going to be fighting the Scarecrow, which is scary by itself. Scarecrowy by itself, if you will. Dr. Inferno Crowbird. No, Dr. Inferno Firecrow, if you will. That's me. Oh. Heal good, damage bad. Well, you say that, but that's how I approach higher cell difficulty. Defensive mutations always take precedence over offensive ones because, good God, have you seen how hard enemies hit you in this mode? It's like, sure, if you're able to blitz them down fast enough, it can work, but I don't know. I think more often than not, I'm not able to. Okay. I am willing to trade out my... Oh, that's a little bit too spicy. Well, I'm perfectly willing to trade out my stuff for stuff. So I'm looking for something here that I might be able to. Or, you know what? Yeah, sure. And shield sounds good to me. My tornado is not. I don't really want to keep the tornado for too much longer, but I guess I'd probably want a more powerful version of the actual weapon du jour rather than worrying too much about optimizing it with a build that I've used a million times before. I can't believe I got hit by the lantern. It's a lantern. Who gets hit by that? It's not even a real weapon. I mean, it is a real weapon, but you know what I mean by that. All right. All right now, ladies. Today is gonna be the day, that it comes back to you. Okay, let's go grab that heal already. Let's do this. Why do I play Dead Cells so much? Because one, there's not a whole lot of people who are doing like a whole ton of 5-cell runs, and especially like those sort of weird showcasey type of stuff, which is why I, way back in the day, about 2017, I guess, decided that this was going to be the major content for the channel. And also people like watching. And I feel like I've also gotten enough practice with dead cells, as it were, that like, you know, this is where the best commentary from me comes out more often than not. So I think it's just like, yeah, you know, it's like coming home, baby. That's why I play so much of the game. It is still, even at this point in time, very fun to play. Hey, yeah. Why not Fortnite? Why not Fortnite? I mean, after all, I am going to be starring as the Fortnite in the musical. I should probably be playing that a little bit more, right? But at the same time, it's like, you know, multiplayer games. As you do. How they nerf necromancy? It only heals up to 50% health now. It's a pretty marked change. It also heals a bit less, but that doesn't matter nearly as much as the fact that it only goes up to 50%. That's, wait, I never even noticed they had like a little thing for bosses there. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's do this. Okay. I can't believe that you hit me. That's okay, though. Try and get out those sickles, though. It's not the easiest thing to attempt to... Again. Embarrassing, frankly. Also, that was a bad time to try and go for the... heal. I felt confident, but clearly I shouldn't have. Ooh, good armadillo pack usage. Well, it's... I'll at least have beaten them. Whatever. A successful kill is a successful kill as far as I'm concerned. Also, man, I can't believe we're finally at this point now where where it took that long to get the final thing. Just give me the Giant's whistle. Screw it. And give me this too. I've given up on life. We're using the classics, baby. Oh, that can still explode. Potentially kill you after the boss fight. That's funny. Doc, are you stupid? Why are you getting hit? I'm sorry. Old Fortnite pre-Battle Royale saved the world? Yeah. Everybody forgets about that actually existing. That was back when it was the fort builder. Hi-ha. Sort of a survival game, wasn't it? Something like that. So, here's the question. Are we going to go to the distillery or the castle? But is Dead Cells your favorite game? No, it's I think it's an absolutely fantastic game, but that always will forever go to NetHack. I love that game so much. When I played that for the channel, I got so ridiculously hardcore back into it that it's just like, man, days on end were spent playing it. You think Isaac was bad? Or is bad? Yeah, it's like I say that like I'm not done with it yet. Thoughts on Distillery? Hard. But at the same time, it's like I still think it's a pretty cool area. Very difficult, though. Okay, well, I guess we got to do this for real. Unless... No. There we go. Perfect. Guess it depends on if you want to live or die. Well, I am currently out of potion charges, which is what one would call big uh-oh time for me. Now it is time for big uh-ohs. So, we'll see how this goes. Come on. Ugh. Didn't even get the infected worker there. That's okay, though. Ow. Ow! My entire body has been torn asunder. Ah! Why? Well, why is because I have no short-term memory, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Look, I still got necromancy working, and this is the exact, and it's the reasons like this is why I have necromancy in the first place. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you can parry that. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, bonk. Oh, speaking of bonk, they got bonked, not me. Don't worry, I'll get bonked soon enough. In fact, you know what? Let's just. Yep. Good opportunity to use that, I suppose. I'll say I was scared there for a second. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Ah, that was some good dodging at the very least, though. All right. No, punch him. Yeah. Come on. Come on, Giant. You know what I'm paying you for, and it's to punch him. I'm not paying you to not punch him. You know this. You know me, same old Punchy G. By the way, right now, I just do want to give one quick rest in peace to Shock G. That's so sad. Everybody listen to Digital Underground after this to in celebration of the man's life. Okay. Oh, actually, I'll take that. Probably should actually have saved it for the end of this, but oh man. Oh man. Is the Giant on salary? Well, yes and no. He is a vassal to the kingdom. So I don't know if you would really consider that a salaried position, but he still does work for me nonetheless. There we go. Ugh. The benefits are terrible, and the hours are terrible, and the work is terrible. But too bad, you're working for me, baby. Don't know if you know how kingdoms work, but your opinion does not make any difference. Oh my god. Incredible superstar. Go some lyrics, make it run like a supercar. All right. I'm so happy that somebody was able to tell me what that song was so I could listen to it a million more times. Oh, da-da-da. Good. Vassal. Yeah. He's a vessel for cells. No, yes. Kind of. Oh boy, I'm like getting through this more successful than I kind of expected, but I'm not going to say that it's just like it's perfect in any respect. This is after I got the 50% heal, after all. Now then. Oh, duh. I forgot that it really does. Yeah, no, it's a... Oh, no. Yeah. I can hit it into it, though, right? Yes. Barely. Okay. I can heal up, too. I have the heals. Never forget about that. Oh, is it possible to complete this area without using the barrel launcher? Yes. You get an achievement for it, in fact. But I'm not, like, planning to do that right now. It's just how it's going anyway. Oh, work can't be that bad. He mostly just gets to sit around until something happens. Well, let's ignore the fact that he was stabbed with a giant halberd, the, you know, notable weapon of the king at the beginning of the game. That, you know, he wields in the statue. Actually, it wasn't even like a halberd. It was more like a naginata sort of deal. Sad. I'm okay, though. I'm still alive. Oh, still can't believe you haven't switched up pyrotechnics. Pyrotechnics is good, though. It's damage over time and also me dying? No, yes, no, maybe, potentially. Potentially? Is high potential? 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 Okay, anyway. Any questions? Oh, damage over time. Easy to fulfill critical. Come on, what's not to like? Not as much damage as you want it to be, but it's not bad at all if you were to ask my opinion on the subject matter, and you are. You're doing it right now. With your, questions. Oh, now I do need the barrel launcher, because I, didn't notice the enemy coming up behind me. Oh, well. To be honest, I'll probably end up just taking that into the next fight, considering how well it works against the Hand of the King. And I'm feeling good, baby, when it comes to fighting the Hand of the King if I got a barrel launcher. What's your favorite real-life weapon? To be honest, not really all that into weapon-y type stuff. So, don't really have an opinion on it, really. Yeah. Favorite real-life weapon? I do not like the barrels around here, I'll be honest with you right now. Ah! Okay. I thought I was going to have issues occur. They did not, though. Same thing of it like this. I am already back up to 50% health. It's all coming up like gravy, baby. Safe as houses. Ooh. Okay. Take you out. Actually, just punch. And march order. Look, I know how to do the basic. Certainly at this point in time, I know how to do the basic, yeah, get out of here. We're using this. The basic stuff. Yeah, instead of the shield? Yes. He means coming up Millhouse. Yeah, sure. It's always coming up Millhouse. Okay. See, Necromancy definitely does have its uses. It's not the best form of healing, but it's the most consistent. Can't say anything to the contrary. Bam. I should do it, because I'm not going to hang around in this area anymore. Ha! Ooh. For his neutral special, he wields a gun. It's such a... You know, speaking of that, though, and by speaking of that, I don't know, we're going to talk about it right now, I guess. It is weird to think that, like, for Brawl, they were so against letting Snake have any form of guns that it's like he has none of that in his entire arsenal, and yet it's just like for his neutral special, he wields a gun. And time Ultimate comes around. It's a tool, though. Yeah, I mean, it's not a real gun. I mean, look, I've been doing... Hey, good outfit. I've been doing certainly plenty of Persona 5. I know how it functions. You don't got to tell me. But it's just like, they didn't say he wields a toy gun that shoots psychic bullets. They said he wields a gun. Bruh. Okay, well, I guess that's that. Outfits are on point. Unfortunately, the gameplay is not.